Let's hit this record button and make this a little bigger. All right. Oh, I need my camera, don't I? That'd be important. All right, there I am. Good afternoon, everyone on the East Coast. I know it's 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I always like to get started right on time. And then the people out on the West Coast, good morning, and I hope that you're having your first cup of coffee while you're watching this. Now, let me say this. For some of you more experienced marketers, this will not be new for you. But for you people who are new to the business, for those who are struggling, having a hard time as far as obtaining their 3 is concerned, hopefully by the time I reach the end of this presentation that I will have given you something that can help you in your business. Training on the basic marketing skills needed to refer 3 people into the business. Okay, I put one of the top ones down there, which of course is action, because you have in anything in life you have a learning process, and then what you learn, of course, you're supposed to implement, and then of course put into action. Okay, which is very important. So let's go ahead and get started on this one. All right, let me click it, make sure it was operating. There you go. First of all, and I'm going to move me way up here in the corner if I can, way up here out the way. Yeah. Let's go to the beginning. You just opened a business. Now, when I say you open a business, in my eyes, whenever I say you're opening a business, what you're really opening is you're opening a franchise. Your business is just like you opening a Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise, or a Wings, or Pizza Hut. Doesn't make a difference. You just paid. Get in this frame of mindset for a second. You didn't pay $62. You just paid $62,000. You just paid $620,000. Okay, that's your beautiful storefront that you have there. Now, with any business, the lifeblood of that business is called traffic. Traffic. Someone has to come to your business, so you need traffic to exist, and I think we all agree about that. Now, in network marketing, it's the same thing, except in network marketing, when we talk about network marketing, your storefront is actually either your website, and in this case, your website is your capture page. All right? So when you talk about marketing, and we're talking about both online and offline, you still need a capture page, which leads to a presentation, which leads to a sign-up sheet, which leads to other way around. Capture page, autoresponder should have been in there second, all right? And then, of course, a series of follow-up letters, because remember, sometimes it takes a person 7 to 8 times to see the business before they really get into it. Sometimes it takes a person, maybe they're not ready today. It might be 2 months, 3 months down the line before they're actually in a financial position or a timing position, right? Timing is very important, all right, for them to look at your business. But with those follow-up letters, you're keeping, or the emails themselves keep you on their mind, keep your business offer in the back of their mind. That when they hit, well, dag, I sure could use an extra $400 or $500 in the house, or I could use an extra, because most people, when they get in, that's all they're looking to make. They're not looking to make a bunch of money. Okay, they're looking to make maybe an extra $100, $200 a week, because that's what they would make in a part-time job. But in a part-time job, they have to leave the home. Okay, when you're in network marketing, of course, if you choose just to do it online, of course, you don't have to leave the home. Okay, so now, next step, when we talk about a capture page, of course, we've got that right here in-house, all right? We also have follow-up letters that are sent out by the home office. Now, to my understanding, there are about 4 or 5 that are spread up. Now, you need more than that. So thank goodness that we have a broadcasting system inside of the back office that you can send out messages to your people who have signed up but not have pushed that upgrade button. Now, myself, I send them something daily, every day. I don't care if it's just a motivational video, if it's an event or something that we're having, if it's a webinar, whatever, something to have contact with them a day until they push the button and saying, hey, Jay, I don't want to see your face no more. Okay? So that's very important. Now, next step. Methods of getting traffic to your capture page, and probably most of you looking at this list, you recognize it. Posting to Facebook groups, and I got to put question mark there because this is not like the old days. If I went back 3 or 4 years ago, I could go online, I could get one of these automatic Facebook posters, and I could post to about a daily basis. I would say probably about anywhere, what I used to do, 400 to 600 groups a day. 400 to 600 groups a day. So you can imagine how many possible eyes that would see my capture page, okay, or slide advertisement that leads to my capture page. Then, of course, you have paid ads on Facebook. Now, normally you have to have a fan page to be able to use that, but that's a way of getting your videos or your advertisement out in front of people also. And then what I got there, post classified ads in places like Craigslist or Backpage. It could be your local newspaper, okay? That works also, by the way. Posting in Instagram. By the way, they offer paid for ads also. Then you got posting to Pinterest, and of course you have LinkedIn. Now this requires you, especially those social media postings, they suggest that you post 3 times a day. Morning between the hours of 7 and 8, around lunch hour, so say between 11:30 and 1:30, somewhere in there. Okay, and then in the evening, somewhere after 6 p.m., I'll say between 5:30 and 7, somewhere in that area you should post. Again, that's the 3 times you should post. Okay, but what am I talking about? When we talk about you doing it by hand, we're talking about you setting aside time out of your day. So what am I trying to get at? Yes, you can do that. At the same time, it's time consuming. All right, and I said in this particular training, although you need to do all those things, in this particular training, we're talking about getting your business off the ground fast. Your first 30 days in your business is very important. You need to be doing everything you can to build you up that base very quickly. Now, what do I mean by base? Yeah, we talk about 3, okay? But that base could actually be your 3, helping them get their 3, helping them get their 3, where you're actually up to your 39 people in that first month. From that point on, it will kind of take off, but you need that base. Now, what you would love to be at, and you'll see in a little bit why, you'd actually love to be up to the 155. All right, that's where you want to be at. So, that's where I was going. Because now we're into goal setting, and I'm going to show you why here real quick, and then we're going to get to how to. Goal of 155 in your downline. That, to me, should be your first goal. Not the 39, but the 155, okay? And here's the reason why. First of all, we're talking about in your 5x3 daily revenue share matrix. When you've completed it, when you've gotten all 155 people, your check is going to be $2,325 per month, monthly residual income. And it kind of looks like this. You've seen this on the actual presentation. There are 155 positions to be filled, okay? When it's totally complete, you're talking about a residual income check of $23.25 per month. Now, here's the thing about that. When you get there, now you know there's one ahead of that, which is your 39. So that's even another, what we got added to that. You've got another almost 200 added to that from the 2 that are above that, okay? So you're talking about really probably around $2,600, I say over $3,000. When you've hit that, you're over $3,000, plus with your coded bonus and your 100% matching coded bonus, I don't know. What are you at? 3,500, something like that. But what I'm saying, that's retirement money. If you're working a 8-hour a day job, pushing that clock, and I don't care if it's $16 an hour, $8 an hour, whatever the wage is, that's retirement money. That's walking off the job money right there, because it's residual and it can be reached. But of course, that has to be your goal. In my opinion, I say my opinion from my team, that's what you need to be focused on right there. Okay, because that's what I'm focused on. Duplication. Remember, we're talking duplication here. So this is the actual math, and I'm saying you can do it in between 4 to 5 weeks. That means if you do anything but start out Monday morning doing what I'm about to tell you, okay, that first week you should get 3. That second week, you need to take your focus off of you and focus on having your 3 duplicate you. That's 9. And then, of course, the following week, have that 9 duplicate you. Okay, where we at now? We're 27. But remember, everything that you learn, you teach to your next 3. And they teach to their next 3. And they teach to the next 3. And this thing, next thing you know, between the 4th and the 5th week, you're at your 155. This is what it's about. Okay? So let's see if we can turn up the process here. So the biggest question now that you're asking in your mind, of course, come on, Jay, how? How am I going to do this? All right, well, I've got 2 methods I want to talk to you about today. The first one, and we're talking about offline marketing, and I believe in my heart, this is the way I was taught. This is how you build a solid business. Okay, anytime you build a team, local, offline, let's say an example, Savannah, Georgia. That's a good place. I don't know how many people are in Savannah, Georgia, but let's just say Savannah, Georgia. That's where you live. This is where you're building your team. As that team grows, because I'm going to share with you what we used to do in the States. I was in Texas 2007, 2008, working with a network marketing company. And I'm telling you, we had home meetings going on. We had hotel meetings going on. We had training going on, okay, in one location. But the unique thing after was the after. Okay, because we socialized with each other. We went out and we bowled on some weekends. We had barbecues on weekends. Or we just met, for a cup of coffee after we had our meetings. Okay, so you build a solid team. You become more knit. You pick up more ideas from each other. You can go out and do things like I'm telling you about doing right now. Okay, let's get down to where I want to get to flyer marketing. Here's some of the ways that you market. Number 1 is flyer marketing. Boom. Number 2, local classified ads. That newspaper right there, Nationwide, you actually have seen this paper, or one of their papers, Thrifty, I think it's called Thrifty Nickel. Another one's Penny Saver, in all your grocery stores and whatnot. Okay, and it's very inexpensive to put a little, I think you need like less than 25 words in there to get somebody to your website. And I used to go through the classifieds and stuff just for the fun of it, because you had used cars and all that stuff in there. And don't think that other people don't either. Then, of course, drop cards. Have you ever seen, for an example, this half of $100 bill folded over? Okay, how many people are going to walk by that? If you don't want to spend that kind of money to get that, which is not that expensive, what if you just had a yellow business card or a bright orange business card with just something written on there like, tired of working paycheck to paycheck? How would you like to make an extra $200 a day, $100 a day, $50 a day, or $50 to $100 a day? Just some quick catch there, and then just put your website, meaning your domain name, like mine is brokeboycash.info. Don't ask me why Broke Boy. Okay, it was just something I picked, but just something catchy that, even if they lost it, they can remember to go to it. But when it's bright like that, or if it stands out, they're going to pick it up and put it in their pocket. All right? They can be dropped everywhere. Car washes, hairdresser. You go to a hairdresser, right? Well, ladies I'm talking about. Men who go to a barbershop, drop some on the counter there. Test the owner if it's okay. Car wash, they usually have a waiting room. If you have a drive-through car wash, great place to put them. Okay? Now let's get a little bit more into spending money. Info stands and local events such as job fairs, and I've even done it at local carnivals. You just, get your table. Now, I was fortunate enough when I did it at the job fairs, they had electricity in there. I'd set up my laptop and I would run a short presentation. Ours is great because it's only 6 minutes, excuse me. This is what happens when you're live, you can't pause it. But I would run the presentation on replay. So as soon as it stopped, it would just turn around and it would replay again. It would just keep recycling. And people come up and stop and they would start and staring and whatnot. And I love ours because it's only 6 minutes. It's not that long, okay? And or we'd have colorful flyers out there. You can get into a conversation. You can get a person's name. You can get their telephone number to be able to do some follow-up. But you're having people-to-people contact. It's very important in our industry. What else? Oh, yeah, church bazaars, of course, I've done that. Also, Christmas bazaars, I've been out of those. And this is the big one here. This costs, the last one I'm pointing to, which is the booth at a mall on the weekend. You've probably been to the mall and you see those stands in the middle of the mall with jewelry and sometimes you might call it junk on it, okay? Those are money makers. If you can get there on, let's say on a Friday afternoon or a Saturday, okay, a Saturday for about, I don't know, 8 hours if you're doing it in shifts. Can you imagine the number of lead cards you could get filled out with what we just talked about? Having your laptop there, okay? Having a couple of people standing around, being able to talk to people as they walk by and catch their interest, have colorful flyers and things like that. People want to know what you're doing. We're having fun. You're having fun. And it's very important that in network marketing that you enjoy the process. Talking to people, trust me, it's fun. All right. Now, what I got here for a fast start, I recommend flyer marketing. Now, not just I recommend it. One of my videos, I can't tell you which one it is. I even talk about it in there. The DMA, Direct Marketing Association, says that flyers is still the top way to market. For one of the reasons they gave is that normally if a person gets a flyer, they normally take it home. If they get it in their mailbox, it is home. They say it'll stay in the house about 7 days. Okay, so that gives them time to look at it once, go back and look at it again. And then the click ratio, meaning them going to your actual website, was very high. I don't want to give you a number. I didn't have a chance to look it up before I made this presentation, but it was a very high number. I'm talking about like 40-some% of the people actually went to the website that was on that flyer. Okay, so think about that in the back of your head for a while. All right, this is just an example of what could happen with flyer marketing, and I'm using as an example, you putting out 200 flyers a day, 7 days a week. That's 1,400 flyers, and then we're talking about the average of 5%. That's 70 going to your website, doing your presentation, which equals 5% joining your business. That's about 3.5 per week times 4. That's 14 new members a week. Go back and watch this again, okay? Those numbers make sense. Now, what did I put here? From the 14 new members, let me see. I forgot my own notes. From your 6,000 flyers distributed, you got 14 new members. You put out 6,000 flyers in 30 days, or actually 28 days, and you got 14 new members. You're only looking for 3. So that means the other 3s and whatnot, what are they? Right, they go into your spillover. That's what you wanted, right? Spillover. You got it. You are a spillover creator. Me personally, I want to be one that creates spillover, okay, for my team. Second month, you and your 14 members, and this is heavy, you and your 14 new members distribute 200 per day times 30 days. That's 90,000 flyers. Again, this is in a perfect world, but remember, they're right there with you, so they can't hide from you. And you ask them, well, did you do it? And they say, yeah. Oh, come on, Joe, did you put out flyers today? Yeah, kind of. This business is so simple to do. It's also simple not to do. All right, so what I got? 4,500 views times 5%, 225 new members in your business. Summary, the first 60 days, there's 339 new members from flyer marketing. The key is consistency day in, day out, doing what others are not willing to do will get you what others will never have. That's basically it right there. So flyer marketing, flyer marketing, flyer marketing. Now, you say, well, that's not for me. Let's try the next one, okay? Now this one talks about you having, and you should have, even for flyers, all of us in business, when you open up a business, you have to have or build up very quickly an advertisement budget. I like to call this the secret that a lot of I know a number of so-called gurus, and you see them on YouTube, on Facebook. This is how they did it. In fact, I can think of one guy. I just remember his name. I'm just gonna say Frank. All right. Anyway, Frank C is his name. I remember one month I happened to be shopping on one of the resources I'm going to show you on the next page, and I saw his name as top buyer for the month, and I'm seeing he brought 2,500 clicks. That's one individual. Now remember, the more clicks that you buy, the less, of course, that they cost you. But I said, and the next month I went back again. Excuse me. There was one month he brought 5,000 clicks. 5,000 clicks. You know what I said to myself? That's where I want my budget to be. Oh, word of wisdom just hit me. Just came to me just now. Everyone knows, or probably knows, if you've been in business a while, the name David Wood. He was the founder of Empower Network, who, sad to say, has gone out of business now. Okay. I learned this from him this way back in 2008 somewhere. He always told me, he said, you want to be successful, you got to invest 20% of your earnings back into advertisement. 20% a month. Now, I say 10% to 20% because I think you should build up to it. As your paycheck increases, the amount of money you have going for advertisement should increase also, because that's going to increase your profits. Now, remember this. Advertisement is a tax write-off. I'm going to say it again. Advertisement is a tax write-off. So you're not losing any money. You're investing in your business. Every businessman invests in his business. Okay. Traffic, solo ad traffic converts into highly responsive subscribers and sales. Now here's the thing. Example, when you're marketing on Facebook, just as the example, okay, you don't know who you're talking to. In a lot of cases, you're stirring up someone's interest. When you're talking about using a solo ad, the person that you're purchasing we call it the clicks from, they have huge lists that all they do all day is build up lists, okay? These are lists that are taken from surveys, from all different kind of things, but these are people somewhere who have clicked that they have an interest in having their own business. So the traffic source that you're using is not someone that's on Facebook that may or may not, that may think it's a Ponzi scheme and all this other junk. These are interested buyers. Okay? So, my opinion, solo ads are cost effective. I always gotta say my opinion. They're cost effective if you use the right ones. It frees up time for you to do follow-ups and other things. Now, what I mean by other things, we all know about follow-ups, whether it's an email, phone call, whatever. It could be a three-way. That could be a follow-up at the same time. But your offline marketing starts when you walk out the door every day. Okay, hang on, I'll get to that. You can purchase in bundles of 100 clicks upwards, and that's my suggestion. They've also got them, some companies have them as low as 50. Okay. There's a number of people, you buy 100, you end up with 130 clicks. So you've got to do a little shopping. Of course, that requires a marketing budget. Increases your budget as your profit increases. We already talked about that, between 10 to 20%. I've got this stuff on the top of my head, my apology. So let's do the math here. Now, please understand that this is a numbers game. I always tell people this is what's so cool, what I love about network marketing. It's just like when I was in the insurance industry. It's numbers. Everything revolves about numbers. And whatever you do as the head of your team, that's what they're going to do. Okay, so if you're not doing any solo ads, guess what? They'll never do any either. Okay? So if you're purchasing, let's say 500 clicks a month and you have 10 others doing the same, that means you have 5,500 clicks a month advertising for your business. Why? Because you make money from the people that fall under you. That's why. Okay? You make, just like you make money, the matching bonus especially, from the people that you bring into the business directly. All right? So I like to call it a team effort. Now, you're probably asking yourself the question, where do I get my traffic from? Okay? I'm just going to share, I got 4 places here with you. This is my list of what the suppliers that I use. I've been using Udemy since 2014. That's when I was first introduced to it. Epic Solos, I've been using that company roughly for a year, right? Solo Ads, I just got introduced to that one. And because the guy that's been my man at Udemy is now at Solo Ads, and also Earl Moy, one of his guys, is over there as one of their top 10 also. So I figured, hey, you know, I've got somebody over there, Earl's got somebody over there, they need to be on the list. And their pricing is fits the budget. And the last one was recommended to me by a 7-figure earner. I have not really got into using it, but I'm saying it, if she makes 7 figures a year using it, then I need to be using it too. That's the way I look at it. But I will be testing it in the next couple of months. Okay? So you've got 4 there, and in a lot of cases you have to, you'll see when you get there, especially with Udemy, you have to do a little resume research, okay, to look at what other people are saying that have used them are saying about them, what their rating is, and different things. And it might take you a couple of different tests, which is good because you got more than one list to choose from. Udemy has, oh, I don't know how many they got on Udemy. They got a bunch of them over there. But you can choose as to, I do tests. And I do tests in 100, 200, and I'll see what the results of those are. And then I'll compare that with somebody else. And you find the people that you're comfortable with, you'll develop a relationship with them, which is very important. What I want to say about the business right now, because I think it's very important. Did I have another page behind this? Nah, it's the end. Let's go back just for a second. But this is important. And why I got your attention, I want to try to get this all out there. I'm going to kind of flip back to the top real quick, okay, because I think this is important to get back to right here. This is where it all starts at. This is what I want you to understand, okay? The first business that I started was in 1974. It was a men's clothing store. That's why, and it was a corner store like that. That's why I like about that picture. Except we didn't have flowers there. It was a men's shop, okay? But it was a clothing store. I still have my first flyer. When I look at it today, I laugh at it. I said, what? That made me all, that little funny flyer made me all that money. What I did use was the basics though. I went out and I made it. It's a bright orange colored flyer, okay, with some advertisement on there to bring people to the store. But my point is this. Here's what you have to understand. If it's to be, it's left up to me. It's something I've lived by my whole career in direct marketing. You are the owner of your store, your business. Now, regardless as to how you got here now, you have to understand that you're in a position. I'm going to take myself and my wife. We're both in the business together. She's under me in the business. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be making money off of her. So when you see her numbers grow, then you know why. Okay. But my point is this. My goal is to get her and myself to $35,000. How fast it's going to take, I can't tell you. Okay, I'm working on it every day, step by step. My first goal, of course, is to get 155 under her and 155 under myself, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay? But along the way I look at it, for me to get there, I have to help a bunch of people. Let's come back to this. Your business. No Limits Lifestyle System is the tool that you have in your hand to get you wealth, as long as you work the business. Okay? Every company that I've ever been in, and they said, well, you get spillover. And I'm like this, okay, that's cool, if it happens. But just remember this. This is where you're trying to go, right? Where's it at? Next page. That's all it takes right there. I've made other videos about it, but it's just numbers. It starts with a solid foundation. You get in your first three and teaching your person under you to get their first three. Now, if you're going to be successful in business, you will always be recruiting. That's why you need an advertising budget. Now, you use the word recruiting. I like to use the word referring or sharing. But it comes down to the same thing. You're always going to be bringing people into the business. Why? Because you don't know who you bring into the business, who is going to be that diamond, who is going to take off the dust, polish them up, and be the person that actually retires you. You only need one, believe it or not. Okay? So, you see the numbers, and I pray that you will make that your goal also. And I think that's a good place to end it right there. What I will do, I'm going to look in the, I know we should have a chat. See if anybody's used the chat. The only thing I can't see, I'm going to have to really break it down to see if anybody's written any questions in the actual, what do you call it, darn thing? If anybody's written any questions in our, nope, nothing in the chat. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to go out of here and go to our group and see if anybody's written anything. So just bear with me. I'm going to kind of blow it up here. Stop sharing. Don't get scared. That's me. Okay, now what is that behind me? Get rid of that. Pull up my what's the name screen here. I'm just trying to see if anyone has put anything in the group. If I can get there. Okay, I'm not there yet. Go from there. Just give me a second. I'm just going over to our group to see if there's any questions in there. I did tell you I would do that. All right, there we are, right there. Okay, let me go down and pull up the down. Any questions? Okay, that's me. Okay, I don't see any questions in the comments at all. So I guess I can go ahead and end this session today. All right. I think I can if I can figure out how to get out of here. I'm stuck. All right, bear with me, folks. Oh, there I am. I'm back. All right. So I pray a bit of help to someone. And this will not stay in the group, but I will put it on YouTube and post it in the group. All right. God bless. Have an awesome Saturday.